The Enlightenment Chasers. Royalties of Peace. We are stealing the storms back to peace that has no storm while holding on to perfect peace. This is the Golden Age Podcast, episode 77 by Maris Freely Fang, enabled March 11th of 2026. All about enlightenment of the future, focusing on women and politics today. Women and politics, paths to power and political influence. Acknowledging this month in the United States of America is the Women History Month. And we just celebrated the International Women's Day on March 8th of 2026, marking the 115th year of International Women's Day celebrating. An awakening unto women all over the world. The theme of the year 2026 is Give to Gain, with a focus on fundraising for organizations focused on women's issues and less tangible forms of giving, such like teaching peers, celebrating women, and challenging discrimination. Not challenging each other, but challenging discrimination. We are challenging our sickness and not the patient. Eradicating the sickness is not to eradicate the individual. Considering politics of our world today, there is nothing in this world that does not involve a woman. Even when only men gather, in every single one man is a woman. Whatever they say is a woman speaking within them. Now we have women of higher minds solving problems, and we have women, the whistleblowers, speaking through men, expecting us to interpret and get to work solving the discrimination among us. The discrimination of trying to make our own mind different from that of a man. We are on a one-way street to enlightenment perfect. If you ask all our philosophers, if you ask the higher mind, the need for perfect peace can only be achieved by our returning to the inner mist, where our forefathers repose, waiting for us. Their final say, their final accomplishment. How do we enter into this completion of enlightenment that we are experiencing today with AI world impacting us? At the same time, while we are arriving at the solution, we are encountering worst complications. It might not be comparable to what we experienced in the days of our forefathers, but because of our fragility, it is not bearable. Like today on the news, I learned about the conflict between USA and Iran, and I was beginning to wonder where we are going. According to the news, the USA joined the Israelites to fight back the Iran, who have been standing alone, holding back the distribution of oil to enrich the lands required, questioning why may seem unreasonable if you haven't understood the journey of our ancestors. The reason for the United States of America is not to make another nation, but to comprise all nations to one. We have to come to understanding that the United States of America is not an equal to Israel. The Christian Bible might have told the Israelites that they will be the nation where all will gather, not understanding what it really means, which is why we have the United States of America, a good message with clarification of what it really meant. Not that their forefathers had ever been wrong, but their interpretation of their forefathers, their struggle today. We are not called to keep our struggles, but to assist each other with clarification so we can recover. It is in the hands of the women. What is our give to gain? We give to gain, not to lose. The United States of America is the multicultural center of our humanity that seeks the eloquent enlightenment. A fluent enlightenment for the young to have a greater of a peace of the mind. Now that we are entering into the AI world, even more fragile are our younger generations. There is no time to play around the truth. It seems like three-quarters of the United States of America is sinking, and we have only the tip of the iceberg to hang on. It may seem like there is no hope, beginning to encounter such complicated reactions coming from the United States of America. It is obvious that the United States of America should not be part of malevolence, even if the Israelites are. It is called unto the United States of America to maintain its enlightenment, even when its friend, the Israelites, are struggling. It is its place to enable peace between the two and not join one. It kind of ridicules our birthright of keeping peace. Though it might have seemed like quieting a noisy room with darkness, but must be aware that some will stumble in it and get bruised, while the Iranians are weeping over some of us bleeding. The United States of America is being impacted with high prices of oil. May seem like penalty. It may seem like punishing the United States of America for job not well done. But the United States of America is only expressing its hurt, like when a mother is forced to hit on her own child out of anger. The remorse of the heart is what it is, and not punishment with brutality. But how it expresses in the physical is unexpected. Such is only of the mind. It was learned that the new supreme leader of the Iranians was not wounded, but that's only a physical expression. We know that of his mind, he is really greatly wounded, of those who were bruised and some killed. A premature journey is not required at this time with the AI world. We're not supposed to be facing brutality of the flesh when the mind is already suffering more than enough. Measles is not an AI intelligence, but rather a disability of the AI intelligence. We should be able to differentiate what is an intelligence from what is its disability. Cruelty free is what we are yearning for. The Iranians are blamed for accusing the USA for transporting oil through the Strait of Hormuz, which the USA denies, and the reason why they are confronted. Adding on to past history or past informations on the Iranians holding back the oil. But what I want to emphasize is the reason for holding back the oil. And for the USA people to really understand what the government is struggling with. The ancestors' journey to enter into the inner sanctum, in a midst where they repose, depends on the women to quit making babies and rather care for babies. Give to gain. Let's give care and not make babies. This is not our home, only a journey to the enlightenment of the mind, of perfection, of none left behind. When we are making babies and expecting oil, it is against the ancestors. We only get oil when we are doing well because it must reflect the peace of the mind. We met the oil and must use it for its purpose. We cannot commit crime and expect to be celebrated. When we commit crime, we mourn. The same reason why the USA is having increase in gas prices. Not because of the attacks, but not being able to understand why the oil is not being released easily. It has to do with history. We cannot forget history. History must fulfill itself. We are not making history, but understanding history. Our ancestors made history, but we interpret the history for the future to be brighter. Let us teach the young well so they do not compromise each other. For Iranians are Israelites, and Israelites are Iranians. And that is the USA's message to the world. While we are working on our weaknesses, our asking for forgiveness is resolving our weaknesses and looking for better solutions. It's been 12 days into this day, March 11, that the war has been going on. And it is very, very heavy for us, which is why His Excellency President Donald Trump is trying for it to stop. And I'm so glad that it is the United States of America standing out. From the two. Though they have existed before the United States of America, but at this time of enlightenment, the United States of America is the superior of both nations under the United States of America. Understanding that the one nation under perfect peace is the enlightenment achieving of none left behind, of the awareness that we are humans before our diversities. Let us not quickly enable malevolence, judgments over this attack, but rather we women should enforce the healing of the core to resolve such abrupt eruptions of attacks and anger. Such is not expected, so we pray for peace. We work for peace. While working for peace and engagement, let the soccer team of the Israelites, the Iranians, and the USA, the women soccer teams, play each other and have a trophy to the expected winner. For such is how we try to heal in time like this, and such is an artificial intelligence. while we heal. We can live in a world where there is no war, when the war is only of the battlefield of the mind. The physical can experience paradise while we heal mentally to the inner peace where we all belong, of none left behind. We are the survivors of the iceberg. At the tip should complete with victory and not being immersed. Free at last, let us be able to resolve wars with play games. Participation in public affairs with rewards for a young must display a better world than today. Thank you all for listening. Peace steals the storm back to peace that has no storm while holding on to perfect peace. We need not go to the ocean to know what a drop is like when in a cup is sufficient. Let this little attack not be aggravated, but enough to learn from. Thank you.